If you guys have the playlist, go ahead and start it. Remember, mine has to be really low or else Instagram like flags it. And we're actually going to start on the ground. So coming into a child's pose, I want your legs to be out nice and wide and just let your belly fall through those legs. Start to take a few deep breaths here in through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. Inhaling and exhaling. Coming up onto all fours. We're going to bring those hands out in front. Come forward, chaturanga. Come up, back to that child's pose. Adjust those legs. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Let's do that 4 more times. Lowering down, making sure that those triceps are in towards those ribs. 1 more time. Belly's in tight as you lower down, lift. Coming up into a tabletop position, making sure that the wrists are underneath the elbows, elbows underneath the shoulders, hips and knees are in alignment. Curl those toes under. Down dog. Still warming up here, so really be careful with those legs. I want you to bend those knees, pull back those hips, squeeze those shoulder blades, and breathe. Four breaths. Coming into a plank pose, you can come down onto those knees if you need to. Plank pose, lower down, up dog. Back to that down dog. Plank pose, lower down, chaturanga, up dog. Curl those toes under. 1 more time. Down dog. 4 breaths here. We're going to put those two together, so we're coming down onto all fours. Open up those knees. Child's pose. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Stay here for 4 breaths. I have to fix my bra. My sports bra's like, I don't know what it's doing, but I'm afraid like a boob is gonna pop out. Okay. In your down dog. Looking forward, step all the way through, flat back, and fold. Slight micro bend in those knees. Take those feet hip distance apart, grab onto those elbows, and sway back and forth from side to side. Let the weight of your head and shoulders pull you down. Come center. flat back, fold, reverse that dive. Inhale, exhale, inhale, plank pose, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Looking in between those hands, step forward. Forward fold, flat back, reverse the dive. Inhale, exhale, inhale, flat back and fold. Plank pose, chaturanga, up dog. Curl those toes under, down dog. Looking in between those hands, step or jump, flat back and fold, reverse your dive. Inhale, exhale, flat back and fold, step back to plank. Hold it here for 4 breaths, belly's in tight. Lower down, chaturanga, up dog. Curl those toes under, down dog. 2 breaths. Looking in between those hands, step or jump. Flat back and fold. Last one like this. Inhale. Exhale. Plank pose. Hold here for 2 breaths. Lower down, chaturanga, up dog. Curl those toes under, down dog. Lift one leg up. Flex that foot, making sure those hips are square towards the mat. Step it all the way through, high lunge and hold. Really sink down into those hips. Lift up those arms, shrug those shoulders for me, and exhale them down and away from those ears. Step it through, chair pose. Hands can be at prayer. Forward fold. Flat back and fold. Step back, jump back plank. Chaturanga, up dog. Curl those toes under, down dog. Lift the opposite leg up. Flex the foot, step it all the way through, high lunge and hold. Use that breath. Step into that chair pose. Forward fold. Flat back, step back, jump back plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Lift one leg up. Point those toes this time. Open up that hip. Bring that leg in towards the glutes and look underneath the shoulder. Step it all the way through. High lunge and hold. Chair pose. Flat back and fold. Step back plank. Chaturanga, up dog. Curl those toes under, down dog. Lift the opposite leg up. Point those toes. Open up that hip. Bring it in towards the glute and look underneath the shoulder. Step it all the way through, high lunge and hold. Chair pose. We're gonna do a quick little chair flow right here. Sweep the hands back, come back into chair. Sweep the hands back, come into chair. 4 like this. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one, hold chair. Inhale, hold it. Come onto those tippy toes. Hands can be at prayer, your level. You're gonna slowly come up on those tippy toes. Use those legs. Slowly forward fold on those tippy toes. Release those heels. Step back, jump back plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Hold and down dog for 4 breaths. Bring one leg up. Step it all the way through, high lunge. Warrior 2. Lots of stuff going on in Warrior 2. So remember, you want your knee directly over your ankle. I can still see my big toes. Your back leg is straight, your tail is tucked under, belly's in tight, shoulder blades down and away from those ears. You want your knee to pull out towards that pinky toe. Most importantly, we are breathing. Reach forward. Reach a little further. Flip that hand, exalted warrior, keeping that front knee bent. Windmill those arms. Vinyasa. Chaturanga, meet me in down dog. Four breaths. Lift the opposite leg up. Step it through, high lunge. Open up, warrior 2. Reach forward. Reach again. Scrape that ceiling, exalted warrior. Windmill those arms. Vinyasa. Meet me in that down dog for 3 breaths. Don't forget to breathe. Checking this. Looking in between those hands, step or jump. Inhale those arms up. Coming into that chair pose. Onto those tippy toes. Slowly come up. Woo. And lower down, nice and slow with control. Set those heels on the floor. Flat back, plank pose. Vinyasa, meet me in that down dog. We're gonna add on here. 2 breaths in down dog. Lift one leg up. Step it all the way through, 2 breaths. Open up, warrior 2, 2 breaths. Reach forward, scrape that ceiling. Coming down to side angle. Forearm goes on that front leg. Reach over. If you can, you want to come down onto the ground, but remember there's nothing special about the ground. You want to make sure that hip isn't popped out, that it's still tucked under. Coming up, warrior two and vinyasa. Meet me in down dog for 2 breaths. Lift the opposite leg up. Step it all the way through. High lunge and hold. Warrior two. Reach forward. Scrape that ceiling. Coming into that side angle. If you can, lower down to the ground. Warrior two, vinyasa, meet me in down dog. Looking in between those hands, step or jump. Flat back and fold. Reverse that dive. Sink down, chair. Sweep those hands, lift, just 4, chair, sweep back, chair pose, hold it, come onto those tippy toes. Slowly start to come up. Start to lower down, nice and slow with control on those tippy toes. Release those heels. Flat back and fold. Plank pose. Chaturanga. Up dog. Hang out here. Kind of swivel those hips if you need to. And down dog. Adding on. Bring one leg up. Step it all the way through, high lunge and hold. 1 breath. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach. Exhale, exalted. Inhale, side angle. Exhale, lower down if you got it. From here, we're gonna take a bind. So that inside hand is gonna come around. The top hand is gonna reach. And you're gonna grab it. Don't forget to breathe. Slowly release. Bring that opposite hand down for a low lunge, dropping that back leg, holding it here into that runner's lunge. 4 breaths. I want you to, if you can, try and get that leg on top of the shoulder. Bring that outside or that hand on the outside of the leg. Feel this right in those hips. If that's too much for you, bring that hand inside and open out. Let the knee fall through or fall down. Come back into a pyramid pose. And bring it forward. Rock it back. Bring it forward. Again. And one last time. Meet me in plank pose. Hold it here. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Opposite leg comes up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Reach back. Side angle. Use that breath with each movement. Come down. If you're taking your bind, you have 4 breaths in that bind. If not, you're just staying right here. Slowly come out. Take that hand down. Low lunge. Drop that back knee. Coming into that runner's lunge, however you want to get there. You can come all the way down, open up that leg, or bring it on top of the shoulder, supporting it with that hand. Slowly come out. Lean back. And take it forward. And back. Use that breath. Go deeper. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back, plank pose. Hold it here for 4 breaths. Really push that floor away with those hands. Belly's in tight. Don't let the butt come up. Nice and flat. You're gonna step out with one leg. Just tap, tap, tap. Really stabilize that core. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back into that down dog. Hold it there for 4 breaths. I want you to see where you're at now. Bend those knees. Pull back those hips. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Can you place your heels on the mat? Again, there's nothing special about the mat. In down dog, the goal is that nice flat back. Looking in between those hands. Step or jump. Flat back and fold. Sweep those hands into chair. And inhale. Exhale, chair. Inhale. Exhale, chair. Inhale. Exhale, come up with one leg. Whew. Sweep back to chair pose. Inhale, bring one leg up. Exhale, sweep those legs back. We're alternating. Keep it going for 4. Use that breath. 3, 2, last one. Holding chair. Ooh, that burns. Come up onto those heels. Bring those hands to prayer pose. Squeeze those knees together. Don't let them fall through or fall out. Nice and tight. Slowly come up. Use those legs. Up onto those tippy toes. And slowly lower down. Place those heels on the mat. Flat back and fold. Step back to plank. Hold it here. 3 breaths. Take that leg out to the side. Tap, tap. Alternating legs. Belly's in tight. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Down dog. Take that child's pose. So if you are looking for that extra challenge, you're taking your resting pose in down dog. If you need that break, you want to stay or you want to go into your child's pose. Wherever you're at, meet me in that mountain pose. So if you're in actually let's do this. Everybody come onto all fours. Curl those toes under, down dog. Looking in between those hands, step or jump. Flat back and fold. Reverse that dive. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back and fold. I want you to reach around. Grab onto those calves and pull that belly in towards the spine. Release the neck. Try and make yourself into one little ball here. Flat back. We're going to come into a chair pose. I want you to squeeze those legs, those knees together, those toes. And you're going to pulse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it at the bottom. Come up onto those tippy toes. One last time. Let's go up. Use those legs. You're going to take those heels to the mat. Bring those hands in prayer. Slowly coming into a warrior 3. Making sure those hips are square towards the mat. If you need to, bring those hands down to the mat. Flex that foot. Ooh. I want you to find a focal point on the ground and hang on to it as we move through this balance series. You're going to sweep that leg all the way up, grabbing underneath that knee, lifting it in towards the chest, grabbing onto that big toe. Extending the leg if you can. Taking it out to the side if you can. Bringing it back. And with control, take it back to warrior 3. Take those hands to the mat. Coming into a standing split. Try and get the forehead to your knee and lift that back leg as high as you can. Lift up. Open up that hip. Flex that foot for half moon pose. Coming down to the ground. Bring that back foot all the way into warrior 1. Warrior 1, that foot is coming towards the front of the room. That front knee is bent. And you're sinking into those hips. If you want, take a vinyasa right here to switch sides. If not, just come into that mountain pose and wait for me. If you're in that down dog, take 2 breaths. Looking in between those hands. Step or jump. Flat back and fold. Grabbing onto those ankles or those calves. And slowly bring it up. We're gonna inhale those arms. Prayer pose. Take that opposite leg. Warrior 3. Remember, one side is always more balanced than the other. So just take note. Don't beat yourself up. Find that focal point and breathe. Hands can be in front of you. Out to the side like airplane wings. Or prayer pose. Or they can be on the ground if you're a little less balanced on this side. You're gonna bring that leg up with control. Grabbing on. Oh man, I'm not balanced on this side. Grabbing underneath that leg, underneath that knee, bring it in towards the chest. Grabbing onto that toe, extending the leg if you can. I'm going to show you with a strap too, how you can do this. So you have a strap, we're here, just extend it out. Take that leg out to the side. And back, center, back to that. Warrior 3, coming down to the ground for standing split. Come up with control. Warrior 1. Vinyasa. And child's pose. 3 breaths. Coming back onto all 4s. We're going to bring those knees together. Making sure those hands are right underneath the shoulders, wrists, elbows, shoulder. You're gonna lift up your knees. Doesn't seem like much, but we're gonna hold it. Lift it up, bring that belly in towards the spine. Contract those abdominals. Breathe. Four more breaths. Release. We're going to take those hands in front of us. Come back. Right to where we were at the beginning. Child's pose. Chaturanga. Child's pose. Chaturanga. Just 2 more. Last one. Bring those hands underneath those shoulders. Bring those knees together and lift up. Push that floor away with those hands. 4 more breaths. And release. Take it to the side. Stretch out those hips, those glutes, and that side body. And take it to the opposite side. Coming in center. Bring it all the way forward. Drop those hips. Coming into Sphinx pose. I want you to grab onto the floor and pull your belly towards the ground. Looking back. Letting that tongue fall back towards the throat. You're going to bring those shoulders, those hands down by your hips. Take it to the one side. On the next inhale, we're going to lift both legs and body. Exhaling it all out. Inhale, lift. Really use those glutes. Belly's in tight, protect that low back. And release to the opposite side. Take one more inhale and exhale. And on your next inhale, lift. Try and go a little higher if you can. And release. Bring that forehead to the mat. We're going to do that one more time. If you want to, grab onto those legs. You're going to flex those feet as you pull up. On that inhale, inhale, lift. And release. Hands underneath the shoulders, counter stretch, child's pose. Take 4 breaths here. Okay, no fancy way about doing this. Coming onto your glutes. Make yourself into a nice little ball. Balance here. And roll, roll back. To rock back and forth, massaging that spine, that low back. Taking one leg in to the ground, the opposite leg comes up, reach ankle, calf or thigh, whatever you can grab. You can always use a strap too. And take it out to the side. control, bring that leg back center. Take it to the opposite side. Making sure both shoulder blades are on the mat. Now take that foot on top of the opposite knee, reach through, figure four stretch. Take that foot to the ground, cross those legs, and give me a spinal twist, looking to the opposite. Unwind those legs, take that foot to the mat, grab onto the opposite leg, and take it out to the side. Take that leg across that body, making sure both shoulder blades are on the mat. Take that foot to the opposite knee, reach through, figure four stretch. Take that foot to the floor, cross those legs, spinal twist. Unwind those legs, take the feet about mat distance apart. Let those knees fall into each other and take your hands over your head for hammock pose. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and I want you to sigh it out through your mouth. Take as long as you need to here. Doing any other stretches that you feel like you might need. I have a few final relaxation poses on my IGTV under the Yoga series. I hope you guys enjoyed class. I'll hang out here for a second and see if you guys have any questions.